How's the line looking?
Line's looking pretty good. We're using this time in spring, obviously, to kick up our fundamentals, kick up our techniques. So we got some new guys, fighting for spots. So I'm excited where we're headed.
I know you got back on the field a little bit at the end of last year, but where are you now health-wise? And if you're 100%, how nice does it feel to be back out there?
I think I am close to 100%. I'm still dealing with obviously some issues that kind of surgery kind of comes with, but the rehab people are great, and my coaches are great working with me, and it definitely feels like back home out there. Like I can actually provide for the team, play football with my friends. That's what it's all about. So that's great.
The big question with you this year is where you're going to play position-wise. You've played some guard, you've played some tackle. In your opinion, do you fit better at one or the other?
I think a lot of our line just values the mindset of versatility. So, and I think a lot of higher up programs value that as well. So, I think I like playing guard. I like playing tackle. If I had to choose one or the other, I do like playing guard a lot. Being in that telephone box with somebody else, just one-on-one, man-to-man. Gets my blood boiling for sure.
How tough was that last year, missing as much time as you did?
It's always tough whenever a guy goes out with an injury like that, and missing so much playing time. And we work really hard to be back out there and to do what we do, and to miss that due to an injury, it obviously sucks.
Who have you kind of seen look good in spring at center this year?
We have a lot of guys fighting for that position, and the spring will be really telling. Someone's got to earn that spot, and I think we have a lot of great potential candidates out there, so yeah. I'm not too worried about it.
You mentioned liking the physicality and playing in that phone booth. Where does that come from?
I think it just comes from, that's kind of that Boise State kind of blue-collar mentality that I think kind of got ingrained in me as a freshman, that competition, that need to win, and that one-on-one, winning that one-on-one is kind of just bred into this place, and it's definitely rubbed off on me.
You got a little bit of a background as a wrestler, right? I mean, how has that kind of helped you kind of live in and kind of step into that role?
Oh, definitely wrestle. I think every football player should wrestle. I think the position that you wrestle in, the explosiveness, the reactiveness that all comes with wrestling, and that one-on-one being in the spotlight that you have to win. Definitely carries over to football. Everything that we do is kind of in that position, especially in O-linemen. We're always down in that kind of three-quarter squat, trying to get lower than the other guy, that leverage. So definitely think wrestling is super fundamental.
What did you think of Mason stepping in last year and getting some playing time?
I was super proud of Mason. I always kind of knew he had it in him. We recruited him. We knew he was going to be a good guy, and I was nervous that me losing that spot would hurt our team, and Mason stepped up big time. So super proud of him.
What about Cage Casey too, getting some time?
We all root for Cage Casey. He's kind of the junior of the room, young guy. So we always like to see those young guys get playing time. It's not often you see that at our position, O-line. You really have to kind of go through the process, and it's a lot different than high school to college ball. So you don't get to see a lot of guys come in and start as O-linemen. So it's good to see some guys get some experience when they're younger.
What do you make of the group? I know you got some guys out and stuff, but what do you make of the group going in? How good this, you look at who's coming back and stuff. I mean, do you think this group could be pretty good next year?
I mean, I always think our group's going to be good. I don't know how you can root against your own team, or we definitely have some areas that we need to improve on, but the coaches work hard. We work hard at working to improve those areas, and I'm confident that we can, go back to the title.
When you looked last year at the team, what did you think the line did best? And then when you look this year heading into it, where do you think you guys want to take the biggest improvements?
When I look back at last year, I think protection wise, I think the O-line can improve. I think that's always going to be a point of improvement for the O-line, but especially with like a new quarterback like there with Talon, he helps us out a lot of the times. If I miss my block, he'll make me look good and not get a sack. So, but we're definitely going to step it up protection wise, and I think that's a key area that we're trying to improve in right now.
Under Coach Hamden, some of the guys were talking about a little bit difference in terms of operations, in that the center kind of calls the offensive line, and then Talon kind of works on some different stuff. Well, what's the difference, and can you kind of take us through what that looks and sounds like?
Yeah, so our old offense relied a lot on the quarterback kind of directing the O-line, so now we have a lot more ownership in the offense with the center kind of running the show up front. And, I feel like it allows the quarterback to do what he needs to do, and, and it gives us that responsibility to, make the right call to protect him. And, and I think it kind of builds that trust between the O-line and the quarterback. So definitely, the center making the calls like that, and us getting all on the same page without the quarterback having to worry about his job and my job, I think is super helpful.
So the center will just call over the offensive line's duties before each play?
Yeah, I mean, he identifies, like pretty typical center stuff, in any offense. He identifies the front, identifies where we're going, and then the guys kind of cacophony off that and make their calls.
Gotcha.
When you look back and see, who you have back at the skill positions with Taylor and the running backs and the receivers and stuff, and you guys feel like this offense could be, pretty special next year?
I do. I know we've always had some weapons here at Boise State, but Ashton, Taylor, Billy, Static, we got some new guys coming in here with some really good talent, that they're working to develop. So I'm excited to show off some of the weapons we have on offense for sure.
Going back to your wrestling career for a second, I know a lot of kids start wrestling pretty young. So which came first for you, football or wrestling?
Oh, definitely wrestling. I think I have like my first 4-year-old picture in a singlet. I'm giving like the mad dog face. My parents are cracking up. I actually didn't ever play football until like high school.
Really?
I was always a wrestler. And, like the guy, my O-line coach at high school, saw me, definitely passed the eye test, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come get a football try?" And I was like, "Sure." So
He just saw you in the hall, or saw you wrestling? Or
yeah, he knew. Fallon, where I come from, is a pretty small town, so it makes pretty big waves when someone comes into the town. We all know about it.
So when the
he knew I came in.
When the WWE was here a couple months ago, did you try to talk to them?
No, I never try to I'm not trying to buy my place at WWE, but I think it'd be cool. I know a lot of guys on the team that like to watch it, so it's always a blast when we get together and watch it.
When you did go up for football, was it love at first sight? Did you immediately fall in love with it?
Of course, like the physicality, the competition. If you're an athlete and you like sports, there's areas in sports that carry out overall across all sports. The competition, the physicality, and most contact sports and stuff like that. So if you like one sport, you'll probably like another. So that's kind of what came with football.
What's a personal goal you have for yourself in the spring camp?
I just want to, develop I just want to get better as a player. So, obviously developing my footwork, working on my pad level and my aiming points and all that stuff. There's a lot of fundamentals that an O-lineman needs, and also improving my football IQ as I become an older guy in the room. I think I need to take that next step in leadership as far as understanding the mechanics of football and not just understanding a coaching point. So